You know what, Trent? Before we begin, I want to say, my favorite T-shirt's in the wash. Otherwise, I'd be wearing it.
Oh, you're...
Did I tell you about how it's the most comfortable shirt I own? You gotta go to Sol Good Apparel, Sol Good Coastal Apparel. Just Google search it, and like tons of cool like coastal beachwear.
I love Brandon, but this is going at the end.
I'm just
get your Saul Good beachwear.
Yeah.
Link here.
Yeah, it's in the wash because it's in the laundry.
Yeah, it's in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the wash, which is a term.
So I'm gonna wear this shirt. It's not as comfortable, but I do like the Indigo Girls.
Green looks good on you.
Oh, thank you.
And green looks good on me. Ergo, you're just gonna make me look even better. So I'm down for any of that.
I think he's hitting on me.
Welcome to the Preacher Podcast, brought to you by Baltic Effect and Trentendo. I'm Trent, joined with Nate.
Hi.
Some of you are probably a little confused right now if you're listening or watching.
Yeah, I'm confused. Where's the video game?
And that
Trent?
probably, well, there's that. It's probably making it more confusing for more people. This is going to be uploaded on iTunes as just an audio podcast. It's also going to be listed on YouTube as a video podcast as well. Never done a video podcast before. Don't know why. We just haven't had the time. And for those of you that watch the YouTube channel, why is Trent podcasting? I've been podcasting for like a decade. You've been podcasting with me for years. So go check out Baltic Effect on iTunes. That's where our other podcasts will be. If you think, oh, you know what? I would really rather just listen to these idiots. Pick up the podcast.
Pick up the podcast. Listen to it during your workout, in your car,
and if you're listening,
on the train.
Your workout on the train.
Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking about, oh, I'm listening, it'd be neat to see what these weirdos look like. Then go to YouTube, do a search for Trentendo, and that's where you'll find us.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something special for the first one, because this is the pre-show. We're doing this obviously for Preacher, the AMC TV show coming out. AMC TV. It's like I feel like a dad calling it that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the name of it. Anyway, the Preacher show coming out on AMC.
That's the Preacher Show.
Sorry, Preacher and Preacher sidekick, Little Preacher,
as himself.
And they've released the season hasn't started yet. They've released the sneak peek for it. And normally I don't watch these, but I was clicking around and I checked it out. And as soon as I started watching it, I thought Nate would.
Just letting you know that's going behind the lapel, and
look
so
at you.
That might be getting muffled there.
Look at here, professional.
I just don't want your listeners to miss the dulcet tones.
Thanks for the assist. All right, so this is really weird. I'm just going to go ahead and say
this is Malbec. It's a jailbreak. It's an Argentinian Malbec. It pairs really well with Diet Mountain Dew for an extreme sangria.
Okay. So, extreme sangria.
Yeah.
All right. I was saying this is kind of odd, just because normally we're kicked back in our chairs with our headsets on computers. I don't have to stare directly at your face unless we record together. Get to, yeah. And those are always fun. I just thought adding the video component would be great, and a little weird right now. How do you feel about it so far?
It's interesting. It's weird and it's interesting. And in the past, when we've done these videos, like where we're playing cards, the monitor's turned so I can like look, and now I can't.
Yeah,
so I have
didn't
to
flip
trust
the monitor
that this
around.
is running.
Yeah, no, it's running for sure. But I didn't flip the monitor. I don't know why I didn't flip the monitor. I am considering adding.
It's probably good because like in the past, I would be staring at myself.
Well, the upside is it's so close. What would be cool is if I could rig up an external monitor. And put it like right there. So if you do look at yourself, you're still looking like right at the camera, addressing the audience.
You know what? There's sometimes when looking at the camera is good. Like, have you ever acted in a thing? Yes, you have. In a short film.
Barely.
Yeah, same here. But like where you're like, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I was watching a video online, an adult video, and one of the actresses,
a pornograph.
Yes. One of the actresses kept looking at the camera, and I'm like...
She's making eye contact with you.
It wasn't that kind.
I don't think there's a fourth wall in porn.
No, this was... Was
it unsettling?
It was a little bit. I was like, that's a little... Like, don't look at me! Don't you fucking look at me!
Don't look at me!
Like from Blue Velvet.
No, not Blue Velvet. It's... Oh, is that in Blue Velvet?
Yeah.
I was thinking of
That's
what's the
Lynch.
what's the spelling bee movie that we watched? Dirty words, bad words, with that guy.
Yes, but that's I was.
Well, no, there's a thing where she kept saying, "Don't look at me, don't look at me," and then he has sex with her again, and he's like, "Oh, see, don't look at me." See how that works?
Yeah.
Anyway, dirty words. I think that's what it's called.
But vis-a-vis Dennis Hopper, R.I.P.D.
Oh God, he is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget when people are dead.
Mm-hmm.
God, we're in a Dennis Hopperless world.
I remember.
Wow, it's like experiencing it twice.
I remember when he died. I was working at a bar at the time, and we ended up making it a special on Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Is that something from one of the movies?
That's from the same Blue Velvet.
Okay, never seen that. I should watch it.
And the young what's his face is like, I like Heineken. He's like, Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon. He's crazy in that movie.
Sure.
Dennis Hopper.
So
he's like fucking this girl. And he's like, don't you fucking look at me.
Is that the one with the? No, I'm thinking of Midnight Cowboy. Anyway, okay. All right, so...
apologies for the swears. That's usually not on...
Actually, no. The last few episodes of Resident Evil have been so frustrating. Just been swearing.
Okay.
Not as much as on Baltic Effect normally. I've pulled it back. I think I've found... I think I've found the perfect balance.
I should have checked with you before.
This is podcasting. When I podcast, it's to be as free as possible. Like, right now, we're kind of limited because we're standing...
I'm not wearing pants. That's how free it is.
I almost thought about going, like...
I'm bouncing it off of his leg.
Mm-hmm. I feel the wind off of it. So they stop it. You put your chest on me. That was what was weird. That's the only thing, man. Honestly,
I'm wearing pants, you guys.
Of the things that I'm slipping my shoes off.
Ooh.
But I'm shorter now. Anyway, no. Of the things I think about when I'm because you wonder. I think everybody needs to wonder, are you gay or not? And when I think about it, thinking of dude chest on dude chest that's more intimate than balls on balls. That's really intimate.
It is.
It really, really is. And to me, I'm like, I couldn't do that.
That's a really good point.
And I guess that's kind of like if you couldn't be intimate, well, that's not a fair assumption because people have different levels of what they are. So I shouldn't make presumptions on that. But I know that that's one thing where I'm like, okay, I think I understand. I think I know where I stand now. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to we haven't talked about Preacher at all. And this is kind of what our podcasts are like. For those of you just joining. So pre-show, season hasn't started, sneak peeks are out. I don't normally check those out, but this is the show that I've been waiting on since high school. The comic started in like 95, and I had a friend in school that was really into it, and he would let me read some. I read some on my own as I got older. It's pretty jacked up, the comic. Do you know anything about it?
There's a preacher, and he fights dudes?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
There's a lot more to it than that.
I assume he's got a past.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. First thing is,
I'm picturing Book of Eli in present day.
You're not even like... I mean, Book of Eli, it's like one of my favorite movies.
Spoiler alert, they're on Earth the whole time and he was blind.
The whole time. He was dead the whole time.
Yep.
That's what they should have done. That's the ultimate, like, oh, come on.
No, blind was best.
Yeah, blind was pretty dope. Was he blind, though? Was he?
Yes.
I've wondered about that. Anyway, so, okay, we'll talk more about what I know about the comics. It's not a lot, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. We can't cut that out. That's interesting. I'm gonna cough in a minute.
Yeah.
People are gonna hate me. All right, so let's get to it. I told Nate to abstain because I wanted to watch him watch this. Yes, that sounds perverted, but if you haven't seen it yet, go to amc.com, check out the Preacher sneak peek, or just do like I do and Google Preacher sneak peek. Who goes to websites by typing? Who does that? Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Presents a sneak peek at the series premiere of Preacher.
Jesus Christ.
It spells out crazy.
Cool!
Yeah, right?
Which one of those was Preacher?
Neither. Yeah, that's
Why did they have to keep driving? They didn't have to keep driving.
the dead body fell on the okay, so
I thought that was another fella.
as a description of it, basically it's I
thought that was a fella down there going, I'm going to keep pressing this gas pedal.
dude was totes dead. Yeah, so it's I want to say it's Tulip, which is the preacher, the main guy, Jesse.
Are there child locks on this thing? Because the guys on top of you go like this, open the door, whoosh!
It looked to be about a 79 Nova 4-door is what it appeared to be. So no child locks.
Open that door then.
78, 79 is kind of what it looks like. But no. So for those of you that haven't watched it, just real quick, it's basically just a fight in a car. Two people are fighting. Dead body falls on the gas pedal, cuts through a cornfield, and it's just driving through the cornfield, and they're just battling it out with like one knife. I think.
And the gun.
I think that is. Oh yeah, there's some gunplay. I think that's Tulip. I think that's his girlfriend. She's a bit
Spoilers.
of a bit of a bad A word, a bit of a bad anus. Which is the proper word. And I don't know who the other people are. So what I remember of the comic is that a demon and an angel. I could be screwing this up, so I'm very sorry for the super fans out there. Feel free to comment any information that you want about this or stuff that you remember about the comics or things that you post anything, man. Go ham and tell us when we're wrong about stuff. I'd love to know what I'm messing up from the comics, especially the people that are far more of a fan than I am, like the diehards. But I remember there was a demon and an angel, and they hooked up, spawned something, took over the body of a preacher from like a little jerkwater town, who's a bit of a bad anus himself. And then
is he fighting his inner angel demons? Do they appear on his shoulders to give him advice?
So. Pretty sure
a good one or a bad one.
This is a little more hardcore.
You better not take your cookies from your mom. It's almost dinner time. If you take it, you don't have to take a nap later.
I wish I could transition. No. Okay, no, that doesn't happen. This it's
gonna happen.
This creation is more powerful than God. So
like how Captain Planet's followers, their powers combined.
They're greater than parts of the sums.
Yep.
Yes. And so because of this, God flees heaven, and basically Jesse, which is now embodied with I think it's called Genesis. I want to say. Is now essentially searching for God to kill God.
Okay.
He's got his girlfriend, Tulip, and he's got his buddy who's Cassidy. Maybe. I think it's Cassidy. Irish vampire.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So already just on that, it's kind of interesting. Comes across a lot of really interesting groups of people, real religious fanatics. You've seen the trailers and stuff, and I think...
Is this a world where vampires are out, like in True Blood?
I don't really remember that much about it. I remember it being kind of an off-the-wall thing, but there are a lot of other like spiritual or odd stuff that pops up. I don't know how much they're going to go with that, because there's been a lot of talk about them kind of cutting back on the crazy, ridiculous spiritual stuff, because it is, it's comic book. So you can do whatever you want in a comic book. Granted, we're doing comic book movies now that are next level. You know what I mean? Like they introduced Iron Man, and it was like, okay, dude in a cave makes iron suit. It makes it believable. Next thing you know, it's still kind of believable. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there's like aliens and stuff. It just ramps up until, we're fighting aliens coming through a hole in space. And we're like totally we're buying it. We're going for it. So I think we're in a place where this can exist. Preacher is a lot like Dark Tower in that it's like everyone considered it to be unmakeable. You know what I mean? For like a video format. Okay. And we're expecting Dark Tower in 2017. I'll believe it when I see it, but that's one of the things.
Well, they've already started filming, and I saw some stills from... I've seen some stills.
Is Idris Elba in some of the stills?
Yeah, he's wearing cowboy shit, and he's got a gun and shit.
If you don't know what Dark Tower is, you got to get up on it. That's probably our collective favorite thing. There you go. It says Made in China. But this is something that, like I said, when I heard this was happening, I was like, okay, sure. Because I want to say like a decade ago, they were going to try and do it with Timothy
Oliphant.
Daly, the guy from Wings. You know, the guy that's in...
Paul McCartney.
What else was he in? He did like some... he was in that Storm of the Century movie, the Stephen King Storm of the Century. Anyway, I think that's his name. I could be wrong. But, and he kind of looks like the dude at the time, had they made it. Man, it would have been so bad if they made it then. It would have been around the time where, like, our superhero movies just weren't that good. All our really fantasy stuff just wasn't
10 years
that
ago, Spider-Man was pretty good.
good. Spider-Man's not bad. It's not like...
It was amazing when that Spider-Man came out.
It
Tobey
was.
Maguire's Spider-Man came out, and you're like, holy crap, look what they're doing with computers.
It's true, but to be fair, I want to say the year before, so did Daredevil. I want to say Daredevil and Spider-Man are about a year apart, or two.
Could be, but like, I just like it's that's an example. There it is. That's the example that proves it. Like, it's possible to make quality and shit in the same period
Oh, that's
of time.
true. It's a good point, but I'm saying it could have been one, could have been the other.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have AMC on board, Seth, what's his name? So there's Seth Rogen, and then there's, hold on, who's the other guy? Evan Goldberg? Evan Gold?
Yeah, one of those.
Goldman?
Yeah, his buddy.
Goldberg. Yes. Okay. So, like we know that he wrote like Pineapple Express. They put that on all the things from Pineapple Express. And
Yeah.
This is the
Those are the two that they wrote. They wrote Superbad. They wrote.
They also did Sausage Party, which is coming up, and I'm
I've
excited.
heard that. Yeah, I've heard.
Evan Goldberg did Goon. Okay.
I could see that.
We got Sam Catlin. Remember him? Breaking Bad. He exec produced like every episode. He he wrote some episodes, and I think he directed Rabid Dog, the one where Jesse was gonna he was like pouring the gasoline in Walt's house. Spoiler alert.
Cool.
Yeah, no. So he's been around. He's done a lot of work on these major stuff. He's done a lot of work with I think he's done work with Better Call Saul. I'd have to take a look, but he's definitely he's known for Breaking Bad. I like Dominic Cooper too. He's the guy playing the lead character, playing Jesse. He's in that movie I can't talk to you about. He's also he's young Howard Stark in the Avengers movies, like I think Captain America. He plays it. He maybe was in what's the one, Agent Carter, whatever. I never watched it, so I don't.
From Mars.
Agent Carter from Mars. Yes,
I think.
He's Dominic Cooper in that. But I'm trying to think of what else he's been in. But I've seen him in a few things, and I like his acting. He's definitely been an up and comer. So this is pretty dope that he's going to be in this. I don't know of anybody else that's in it that's a big name. But that's kind of all I've really got for
This is going to be cool.
the pre-show. I'm excited. I think it's 10 episodes. When I'm hoping I can put this up tonight. I think it's Sunday the first episode airs. When's the 22nd? Is that this Sunday?
Well, let's take a look.
It's got to be, because I think today's the 17th.
Oh,
Doing my maths, I think it's 22. I think it's the 22nd. So...
where's my calendar app?
It's under the C's.
Oh, yeah, the 22nd. What do I have? Oh, all I have that is I have a guitar lesson that day. Otherwise, I'm free all day.
Well, we're
to
not
watch the show.
We have all day except for an hour. Thank God for that.
So sorry about the coughing.
It is that time of year because like the leaves are changing and stuff. I've got the seasonal coughs and what have you. So we won't keep this one too long. Is there anything, have you had any thoughts about this? Anything that you wanted to say, knowing what you're going to... I mean, so far, the sneak peek's pretty great, right?
Yeah. It's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. I don't know. I like not having known anything about it. I wish I knew less.
Okay. I have a tidbit that I want to tell you that I think you might like, that I don't think will spoil anything.
Okay, tell me.
Hopefully I'm going to remember all this correctly. There's one part I'm going to remember completely correctly. But his father... is given from John Wayne when he visited Vietnam, because his father was in Vietnam and John Wayne visited to like cheer up the troops and shit. He gets there and gives them his troop these Zippos that have "fuck communism" inscribed on it. And so he's just got this Zippo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's some other stuff that happens with it too. I won't go into, but that's kind of cool.
Preacher. Preacher. How old is Preacher then? If his dad was in Vietnam.
Well, in '95.
So. Yeah, but...
He was probably, 30s, 40s?
That seems...
when was Vietnam? 70...
70... Yep.
Well, did it happen after the bicentennial Vietnam, or was it before?
No, it was like
Wow, God, we're dumb.
Yeah.
Point being, yes, his father could have been in Vietnam. He's not a youngsman. He's got a little age to him, you know.
But I feel like Vietnam people, their kids aren't old enough to be preacher. Well, I guess my dad was drafted.
If it was right now, then no. But we're also talking about 21 years after the comic came out. Stella said yes.
1955 to 1975. So 19 years.
75 is when it ended, okay. So right before the bicentennial. Okay. So, yeah, no, they could have been there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's probably not now. He probably was not in Vietnam now. And I don't know how much they would go into that, what John Wayne has to contribute to the comic. I don't know how much would be contributed to the show. If they did, they'd have to do one of those weird CG like actors where they're doing now, like when they young Arnold on Terminator.
Or like they did in Fargo, and they took what's his fuck to make Ronald Reagan. They used this is my boomstick, that actor.
Oh, they used Bruce Campbell.
They used Bruce Campbell as Ronald Reagan in the second season.
Oh, just using a younger actor.
No, they used him, Bruce Campbell, to be Ronald Reagan.
Younger actor. He's much younger than Ronald Reagan.
I mean, he's the same as Ronald was.
He's not the same age as Ronald Reagan.
Back in the 80s when the series took place.
I'm saying, when was Ronald Reagan born?
the 70s,
when was Bruce Campbell born?
Right, but this took place.
But they didn't
comment below.
But they didn't weird CG his face. They didn't do like a Jeff Bridges and Tron legacy.
They did not do that,
which is creepy. Although I knew a girl that was like, oh man, young Jeff Bridges and Tron Legacy, the CG one. I was like, yeah, he's creepy. She's like, I don't know, I kind of dug it. I was like, you're weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of all I've got to contribute for this episode.
Me too. Else? I didn't have anything planned, obviously, because I hadn't seen the thing. But like, this looks like it's going to be cool.
Yeah, this is just a pre-episode.
Fighting and killing. I hope there's lots of that.
If you want to send in emails, we always read all of our emails for the shows on our podcast. Send them to balticeffect@gmail.com.
That's effect with an E.
It's the cause of being in the Baltic region.
Yeah, it's the you get what he's saying.
Yeah, there's more to it than that. But yeah, shoot us an email to that. We'll read it here. Have you had any thoughts about doing quiz questions, even though it's just one of us?
Sure, why not? If you have quiz questions,
that he would ask of me,
send them to Nate Bjork at natebjork.com.
And you'll get to see how bad I am at trivia. We do those on other podcasts as well when we have more people, and it's a lot of fun. We always have a good time with it. I get super stressed out by it.
Yeah.
But send all the stuff in. Hope you enjoy it. If things go well this season, we'll keep up with the video podcast. But like I said, go check us out on iTunes. Just search for Baltic Effect. And then if you want to watch the video one, go to YouTube, look for Trentendo.
You know what we should have done? We should have closed that laptop after watching it.
Actually, next go round, I won't even have it.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, I just realized just now that we probably should have closed it.
I left it there for reasons.
Okay.
I don't know what they are now. How do we end this?
Well, this is our script. Our script is on there.
Oh, we could make a script. We could have a thing. We could have done that with audio podcasts.
Hey, what do you think, Trent, about this topic? Well, Nate, I think you're right about this, and you have to say everything I write.
Oh, like
and
as
also,
you're typing it?
And yeah, we should do that.
Do you want to do? Okay, hang on.
Let's end it by here.
So how are we gonna end the show? So I've got to read what you type. Trent.
No, that's your.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm reading all of it, so I don't have to. Well, that's it for now. Like and subscribe. I don't like saying that, but okay.
Too late. I already wrote it.
Yeah, I already said it. Nate is nice. I am nice. Stella is pretty. Kitty. Oh, a pretty kitty. Stella is a pretty kitty.
She's right down there.
Oh, she is right down there. Oh, she's podcasting with us.
Yeah.
Stella is a pretty kitty. Give me one more thing and that's it. Thanks for watching and...
Whoa,
it did. Thanks for watching and we love you. That's perfect. That's it. Trent is nice. Nate is nice. Stella is pretty. Thank you for watching and we love you. Oh, don't die.
Yep. Trust me. You got to be on this side of it. It's hilarious.